Hi guys, it's me, just Lincoln again, and for this video that will be dedicated to Asian History Month in the year 2025, I shall be talking about a little film based on a story from South Asia, that being Lion. And let me tell you, this is a hell of a movie. It's very good. It's very emotionally vivid too. But this movie can also be seen as a movie that you would play for like Mother's Day, or Mother's Day, or if they even have it, a World Siblings Day, because it's that good. So without further ado, we talk about 2016 Lion. Not related to Lion King or anything like that, but just Lion. Now, I should tell you that, fair warning here, when I talk about the actors in this movie, the real names and stuff, I will pronounce them wrong. That's just the way I am. I will pronounce certain names wrong, so, well, I'll try my damnedest to get them all right. No guaranteed, so I probably will miss 90% of them anyway, but just out of fair warning. So anyway, this movie starts out with following around young Saru, Saru Burley B is his name, and he's like a little kid in India, in like a little small village in India. And the kid is played by Sunny Power. Cardi, she's one in the bunch to remember, next to the other big star. But anyway, he's with his big brother, Guru. Yeah, Guru, played by Abhishek Bharat. And I really knew Abhishek in college in Storybook, but let me tell you, he was a prick, right alongside Thomas. But that's for a different day. Story for a different day. Anyway, they were over around, playing by the railroad tracks and, like Big Brother do it stuff. So then all of a sudden we're here near the train platform while I find something else to play with or whatever. And this train station is pretty much abandoned. There's nobody that goes there. Kind of weird being that it's one of the most populated countries in the world to have a unpopulated train station. Even worse when the kid ends up going on a train for like curiosity's sake, and then she leaves without having off of it. There's no real workers on the train, except for maybe the conductor. But for passenger train, there's no other passengers, no take a guy to collect the guy's tickets, make sure you're on the right train and all that, or to make sure you even got a ticket to ride. And let's see, what else was there? Nobody at the train station wouldn't pick up or drop off or anything like that, because it's like a dead end little town. So anyway, kid ends up going to another place without any type of you know, knowledge about where it's going, what it's like over there, and all that. So, yeah, beautiful shots of India here. Very nice shots of India. But unfortunately, when the kid does get to Calcutta, the place is dirty, filthy, crowded, noisy, and just all around disgusting, which sad to say it's accurate to most major cities in East and Southeast Asia, in particular India, as well. I'm sure there are parts of China that have that too, that have massive amounts of pollution and filthy grime and all that. Same with, I'm sure, Southeast Asia too. So it's pretty common in that part of the world, unfortunately. So the kid's lonely. Obviously, he's looking for his mother, and he's looking for his brother. And unfortunately, they're nowhere to be found, because they're in like a new time zone they're that far away from the place of origin, which he continuously mispronounces along with his own name. He does know his own name, but he just pronounces it wrong because he's like 6 to 7 years old at this time. So he's wandering around this new area, wondering where he's gonna go, where mommy is, or the mom is. Now, I've heard that's kind of double, that they refer to the parent as mom. And that's very important to know why they call the parent mom. Turns out that for the longest time, India was part of the British Empire. So many of the things that are India, like the word mom, the obsession with cricket game, the in general, certain other things are because of the colonialization of India by Great Britain. It was the time period when the imperialized was very bad. But these are just some of the little nuances that show that it was a colony of Great Britain, along with Australia, and I'm sure other places too. Like, I love my mother dearly, but I would never call her mom. I would call her mom, mama, or something like that. So that just goes to show that in America, even though we were a colony of Great Britain at one point, that was a long time ago. So I'm sure that if in the far future, like say 100 to 1 year in the future, I'm sure that Indians will probably not speak like using the word mom and all of that. They might develop new words or go back to other words for to describe somebody like that. Anyway, this kid is looking for his mother and brother in the outskirts of Calcutta, which can really burn down, really polluted, very destitute, full of people, overcrowding and all of that. So he's really trying to look for needle in the haystack, pretty much. And then he comes across a nice girl by the name of Noor, played by oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna give this one a try here. Her name is Tanishita Chatterjee. That's the best I got for it. Anyway, she's a seemingly kind-hearted person that wants to help the kid out. And she gives him some food. She helps him out with get dressed, a shower, and all that. Real nice comments, stuff like that. And she even gives the kid a drink, soda drink. So, and she also drinks from it too. To say that, you can trust your kid. And then she tells him that there's a guy named Rama that will help him out. And, she said that, that we have to go, he'll take you somewhere for your mom. Your mom, I should say. So, anyway, she's like, yeah, yippee. I'm gonna invite my mom again. Yeah, and my brother again. And we'll be one big happy family. Kind of remind me of American Tail a little bit. With Five Little of that. So anyway, it's kind of funny with that. Now, the thing is that, when Rama does come over, not the god, he gets him and says, not the god. Because that's some reincarnation or something or other. And they're in bed, him and Noir are in bed, commenting, I guess, over crying and stuff. So she's in bed. She gets out of bed, and then, some strange reason, I have no idea why, but Rama, clearly an older man, gets into bed with him and starts caressing him in the same way that she did. I have no idea why he did this either. Probably because of some other business that he wanted to use the kid for. But yeah, it's very uncomfortable. But he treats like it's an everyday occurrence that a grown man would go into bed with a kid, with a boy kid. At least no worries. She looked about late teenager, 20-ish, younger person is so older than the kid is. So, then he takes him over to the, he takes him over to the edge of the bed and has him, taking his measurements, arm strength and weight and all of that. Really weird guy. Really creepy too. And, by the way, she said in the beginning when she was trying to talk to him, do you speak Bengali or do you speak Hindi? Which is really quite interesting because it showed the audience that not everyone in India speaks Hindi, which most people might think of. But there's also another dialect called Bengali. I know Bengali from the show Transformers Beast Wars, where Bengali, the robot, will turn into a white tiger. That's how I know about it. And I know that the national animal of India, national symbol. So in any case, after this guy creeps everybody out, he's like, he's exactly what we're looking for. So, the big mistake with that, I'm thinking that the guy said that within earshot of the kid, so the kid can understand everything that the guy says about him, that they need for work. Now, I don't know what that could be, but it could be manual labor, or it could be like some kind of sexual labor force or sexual slavery. Either way, not a good thing for the kid. So anyway, the next morning or so, Nora says to the kid, we gotta get ready, we gotta go meet Rama somewhere. And then we gotta go, we have to go, eat up and drink up and stuff. But she doesn't want to drink again. But this time she doesn't partake in it herself. She sets off some alarm bells in the kid. Because he knows something up. He knows that she meant to eat a drug drink or something or other. Because she doesn't take any sips for herself. So he knows that something's wrong with this picture. And he probably assumes rightly that he's gonna, if he were to drink something or eat something from her, that she would turn him into Rama. If they were like conscious or whatever. Yeah, by the way, Rama is played by Nawazuddin Siddiqui. That's what it. So anyway, there's one person that is of the list of being kind-hearted as whole, because they just want to use the kid for some other unspeakable job. I can't say what it is because I do not know, but it usually would involve either manual labor or some kind of sex work. Anyway, it's probably something that's not voluntary, and they take off with the kid by kidnapping him. So anyway, the kid runs away from it, and he's in like a runaway mode, and he has nightmares about losing his mom and brother, and that's a very scary thing to have. To think that your mother and your brother are looking for you, and you can't do anything about it because you're so far away. So he's found and brought to the authorities, the proper authorities, and my God, these people, and they mean well and they're trying to educate kids and stuff, but they're overcrowded and the classroom is filthy. The old man teacher there has no patience, no understanding kids, and just a horrible place. Now, there's this one kid. I think it's implied that that same kid is going to become his brother, Mantosh. Yeah, Mantosh. And kid in their head, probably either Tourette's syndrome or or has ADHD, because he keeps smacking himself. He keeps hitting himself against the wall, banging the wall, and to the point that the teacher has to have somebody word to the classroom because everyone's laughing and just making a big to do with it. Whereas the AT teacher actually beats the living crap out of the kid and probably makes the Tourette's even worse. And instill the fear of authority figures into the kid too. But you should never hit a kid in school, no matter how troublesome they might be. And even more so, you should never hit a kid with special needs, like that kid over there. And that just noted to that. So anyway, because the kid, I guess, is so good with behavior, so he ends up going to the next stage in the authority paperwork and whatnot, and he gonna be adopted. But first, they gotta do like an etiquette training, kind of like My Fair Lady, and yeah, but less severe and quicker too. So anyway, they the nice lady that the teacher, I think it's Miss Sud, played by Tippy Naval. And she's a very nice person. A very, really nice person. Much more better than the guru teacher that beat the kid or has him out do it for him. And she's pretty nice. And the kid gets adopted by 2 Australian people. With this based on story 2. Named John Briley and his wife Sue, played by David Winham and Nicole Kidman. In her picture here, she looks like devil's very pretty devil's eyes. So anyway, they talk to me as well as Mantosh. I think it's the kid from the classroom, one that was making the big disruption, played by Kishav Jadis. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, all the kids in this do a spectacular job with acting. They do a great job with everything. Even Abhishek does good as Guru. I keep thinking I'm gonna say Guru from the Dragon Ball GT show. So anyway, when they take him home and stuff, I thought all the people were taking care of it and all that. They take him to the home in that Melbourne, or Melbourne, as they also say it. And Mantosh has an episode in which he smacks his head. He just on the wall, starts screaming, bloody murder and all that, which is very taxing on everybody. But the kid's not control himself. He has no control over when that happens. Like with a seizure, you can't blame the person having the seizure for having the seizure. Part of it will make up. So the rules like quietly staying there and look at the kid and say, yeah, do I work dinner with him? Do I work on my brother? My brother. So anyway, we're about halfway through the movie now. And then he grows up to be Prince Zuko from the last Airbender movie. Yeah, I know Dev Patel has been in a lot of movies besides that what you gotta name it after the most horrible movie that he was in. He'd be like called Ernie Hudson, the guy from Dragon Ball Evolution, the monk. You know, he's a good actor, but that was probably one of the worst roles that could ever be in the worst movie too. But I like Dev Patel. You know, everybody knows Mr. Patel from Slumdog Millionaire, but nobody knows him about from as Zuko from that movie because it was god awful. I just feel like if I ever meet the guy in person, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, "Oh, you will put you with Zuzu from that horrible movie." Yeah, that's right. I was Prince Zuko. Next, you know, I'm trying just to be a little wise ass about that. We have silent. But he was actually pretty good in it. And yet, I will not lie about that. Most everything else was terrible in there. Him and Ivor were pretty good in the movie. But I digress. So, in this part, obviously he's a pretty boy. He's a very good looking guy. And he's got all kinds of trophies and humans all over the wall and stuff. And he's real class at, you know, bring home the mama. You know, he's super smart, super good looking. He can probably get any girl that he wants in class. He's got a British accent. He's into sports. He's a really smart guy, but really top notch person. Really good catch. And he despises his brother Mantosh. Absolutely despises him because of what he's got, what he put his poor mother through. You know, forget the fact that the father also had to love him and treat them both pretty much equal and stuff. So that, you know, you're the victim of Christ, and so are you, Mantosh. You're like the son you had. Where in later on in the movie you find out that these two people can have children, but they choose to adopt anyway. Which I find rather sweet, actually. Take people out of the dirt poor area of India and bring them up and raise them as your own children in Australia, which I hear is a nice place, except for Vegemite. Vegemite can kiss my ass. I even tried it with you that it's very terrible tasting. So anyway, this pretty boy getting expensive dinners, you know, treats like a king. And Mantosh is like, I don't know, be with him because every time I go to dinner with you guys and him, I would mess up and everyone would yell at me over it. Which, okay, yeah, there's a difference between being annoyed and being annoying and getting yelled at, and being yelled at for no good reason, just because you are you. And he has a disability which he has nervous tics, and he slams his hand underwater, screams bloody murder. You know, that's not his fault. So in the movie, whenever they do get together and they do sit with Lucy, that'd be Dev Patel, so Ruth's girlfriend in this movie, and have fun with each other and stuff. And then times like, I hate you. I hate what you've done to mom. I hate that you give you love and attention even though you're a little shifting on everyone. You're a big burden on everybody. You're not my brother. You never will be my brother. And then this turned into another episode of him being that everything was going good. He still to be with the brother on that one night, that celebrate as a family and all that. And what does he do? The good looking brother got shit on Montage for no reason whatsoever. And then he made his mother cry. He made his father say, nice one, with a very cross look on his eye. I would think that someone needs to be pulled down with a horse. Because, okay, let's take the whole, let's take the whole Tourette's ADD thing out of the equation. Obviously, he's not very good at achieving things. More like you, Mr. Perfect. So that's one thing that he probably feels bad about. He probably feels bad that he's not as good looking as you. He probably doesn't feel that important. Probably yelled at and dumped on by you and everybody else. He probably can't get any women either because of his looks, and all that. But you can get whatever you want because you're pretty. You got words. You got this. You got that. You got all this achievement and all that stuff. Okay? Second of all, you don't yell at your brother like that. You don't yell at your brother. You don't deny him his brotherhood to you. That's just wrong on so many levels. Because you are both adopted from the same country. So how would you like if somebody said that? Bring him back to wherever he's a bad seed, a bad egg. Bring him back. I'm sure that Montage probably dealt with that too because of the disability. And another too, when you add the disability in it, that's extra helpful. If you for example, this will set him off on another episode of his smashing his head against the wall and thinking he's inferior and stuff. You don't do that thing. Your own brother, your own adopted brother. You don't really understand the concept of othership. When he was doing that, Saru was only thinking of himself and saying that, that this guy doesn't have any special needs. He's just an asshole. And, he was projecting the guy's assholeness. He was projecting his own assholeness onto Montage. Which is not right. It's so disgusting in so many ways. And it's a very horrible thing that he put Montage through. I'm sure he probably had that done to him all his life by his brother. You should be more brutally towards each other. You should love each other more and all that. Not in this stuff. So anyway, and that goes beyond the whole, a sibling rivalry thing. That was just mean, cold-hearted thing for him to say to his brother with special needs. It'd be like me saying my brother with even more severe disability than I would ever have. Like, I'm saying, you shit stain, you don't deserve to live. You should not be even in my shadow. It'd be like that. That'd be a heartless thing for me to say. I wouldn't even say it to anybody. Even my worst enemy, I wouldn't say it to. But luckily, he apologized to him. Even though I went to sleep at the time, his own little shack, away from everybody else. That's why he slept the way he is, because his brother was Mr. Perfect and never gave him even a sense of kindness and love, what the parents did. And the sad thing is that there are people out there that are like that to their siblings, to their neighbors, to whatever else, to those who have special needs, the ones that need love the most. So anyway, the adult version of Mantosh is played by Vivian Ladois. And everyone in this movie does a super good job at acting. Okay, let's see now. Rooney Mara played Lucy. So anyway, I feel the next part is a avatar for Google Earth. Because they say that. Do you know about this new program called Google Earth? Where you can look up any place on the planet, except maybe Atlantis or my transport I can't do that well. So then the guy spends the next part of the movie looking up his train schedules and train speeds and try to look up on a map where he might be from to find his family and all that. Forget about Mantosh. Mantosh doesn't want to find his own family and stuff because apparently that Tourette syndrome isn't very popular in India, so that's about why they want to get rid of him altogether. With Saru, it was more like an accident than anything else. So anyway, they show that Saru dedicated his whole rest of his life to find his family, and they end up he ends up being so hard for this they almost abandoned his mother and father, abandoned Mantosh, abandoned his girlfriend too, and he just spent all the time looking in the map, and the map ends up looking like those conspiracy guys that always like to make connections to this, that, and this thing too on the map with the little push pins. He does that on the map of India, and himself, he starts to look a little crazy, like Tom Hanks in the movie Castaway, with long hair and a beard and everything. So anyway, he's like constantly searching on Google Maps as to where it is. It could remind me a little bit of movies where they just exist to advertise for something like a Pokemon advertisement, like Candy Crush or like the Emoji Movie or something like that. So anyway, they show him looking for it, and then one day because, well, I looked outside the reeds I have on the map, and sure enough, he stumbled upon it back like a little remote town near a quarry where he used to dig up rocks and carry them for his mother and stuff. I mean, besides that and besides the water tower that he remembers from his dreams, like, he doesn't remember anything at the time except the name that he mispronounces all the time. So he finds this place, Gang Press, something like that. Something like that. And then he goes to find out where it is. The way he said to his girlfriend, please wait for me. Forgiving on me, please wait for me to come back. And then we can get married and all that. So, to the mother, I don't think something like that to his father. And definitely not Mantosh. Even though at this point he did apologize for being a rude bastard. And he goes to see his old birth mother. He asks about and then about her. And then old Ben helps him out. And during this whole thing, like, he's thinking like dreams and nightmares about his parents and stuff, and his mother. I don't know what happened to his father, but his mother and brother are always looking for him, but he's not there to be found. And he's in wherever Calcutta is in Melbourne. And it's really because it's like it's alive like 25 years ago. So are they alive? Are they dead? Are they looking for me? Or are they still wherever else? So anyway, before I get into the whole next part of the movie, let me just say that I know that there's been like stereotypes and jokes made by Indian food, most notably from a certain movie with a guy named of the state in the United States that runs from with a straw hat and a bullwhip. But seriously, that food that they have on the table in the party there at a house there, the bee house. The one that looks like the orange from Neverending Story, made I guess with tomato paste or something like that. That looked good. And the only reason why I hope some vegetarian, the least looking vegetarian foods out there from India is because they put so much spice into their food that I can't possibly touch it. And most notably curry. Like, I don't think I can curry in my life. So if anyone has any non-spicy dishes or recipes, I'd be very happy to find out about that. So the guy goes to his old village, and memories start coming back to him, and the old man helps him out, and he's telling us to put and go get his mother. Then, when they're walking together to meet up in the town square, I guess, like, I haven't seen my mother for over 20 years. But I know that's her. I know that that's my mother. And she knows that that's her son. So when they do unify again, it's a heartwarming experience. Even someone as did die almost cried to see that it was so in your face there. It was so nice. And like the actress name that played my mother. His teacher's name was Lua, and played by oh god, Uday Shankir Pal. Yeah, that's the best I got for that one. But let's see, mother. I think he's played by Priyanka Bose. I think that's her. But in any case, it was just a heartwarming reunion. And turns out that the mother, Kamala, had another daughter. And it's just it's such a good feeling to see that. I found my mother, and it turns out that I have a sister too. Unfortunately, though, Guru was killed by somebody not far from the platform they found him at. And they flashed back to him looking for the kid, even though it was a little bit late. Like right after the kid left on the train, then Udu was seen with him, was looking for him. So it was very, very close, kind of like an American Tale. So anyway, they say that my mother was saying that I never stopped looking for you. I never stopped looking for you. So your brother loved you so much that he never stopped looking for you either. Which is real heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking to hear that. But it's lived a very happy life, very protective life, and very athletic and popular life too. Got a girlfriend and all that. And what's really sweet is that even though she's Ruth's birth mother, she still acknowledges the fact that the bee mother is his mother as well. So the guy gets two brothers, as most people get one. And they both equally love the kid. And that's really touching that the guy got an extended family like that. And she thanked the mother for helping him out and for taking care of my son, giving him a good life. All the kid ever want for our children to live better lives than we did. And with more popularity, more opportunities, and more chance of love and happiness. Same with the sister too. I know what happened to the sister. But It's a very good happy ending, especially when you see that the real Saru B is featured in this movie too, and it's also got pictures of them getting reunited with the real mother and the biological mother, the one that adopted and the biological mother, which is really, really sweet and tender. It's great in the fields. And then they put on there the Guru was killed. But there's one thing that I don't really like too much. And the guy that's narrating it to get Deb to tell himself, he said there were no dead ends. That was really a poor choice of words there. Especially since none of the guy's brother really did die within like a month of him get going missing and stuff. So that was a poor choice of words there. But that was a good script written by Claude David. That's the guy that directed the movie. It was very, very good. The movie. And it's so heartbreaking to know that this kid, the kid was almost sold into slavery by, I guess, a pimp and another lady of the evening. But he eventually got out of it and was good. Loved it. He lived a very happy and productive life. And he said that 8,000 kids in India are lost or abandoned by their family and all that. So they put that out there as a statistic. And virtually me to have to read that, but still it's a true statement. And yeah. So there would be some kind of cultural difference between the Saru and the B family, because it's kind of obvious if you look at them. But it's similar not because Australia was conquered by the same people that conquered India many years ago. So kind of similar wavelength as far as culture goes and all of that, like Indians, like cricket and all of that, like British stuff. And so do Australians. So it's very similar in that vein. But the events in the movie said that when someone asked Saru, when you watch cricket, do you vote for the Indians or do you root for the British people, the British team? It's now, but it's really funny like that. You have to know the history of the Australia and India to understand why that's so funny. But yeah, I enjoy this movie. But I don't like what he did and touched real dirty in this. I mean, very, very dirty. So, I thank you for watching my video on Lion. It could have been a very good Mother's Day movie, because in the picture they show during the crash, they show the biological mother, meaning adopted mother, and all the good will unfold as well. And it made me happy to see all that happiness and joy. It could be somewhere like an enjoyable club where with the mother dies or something like that, where they put up production and they don't give a crap what happens to the kid as long as they're gone. But the mother actually loved Saru, and she loved the fact that this guy got with a family that respects him and cherished him and give him a better life. Now, I did this movie for Asian History Month in 2025 because I felt it's very important for all of Asia to be represented by Asian History Month. Not just like each Asian, not like China and Taiwan and Korea and Japan, but everybody. Vietnam, the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, all of as well, India, Pakistan, Russia, Armenia, those other countries as well, because they're all part of Asia. Not Egypt is mostly in Africa. All the good stuff that happened in there happened on the African side. So yeah, I did this for Asian Month in 2025. And today, I give this my happy face Super Bowl, because this movie was awesome. Lion. And by the way, Suru actually means lion in Hindi or Bengali. And the people have God that he got the heart of a lion, he got the spirit of a lion. And he got hopefully he doesn't hurt each of the footballs of lion again. But even though that name, he still mispronounced it, and he mispronounced the name of the town too. But he couldn't get it out there quicker. If you like what you see here and want more of my videos and such, you can also call me or text me for future information on my future videos by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. And if you want, you can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer at P. Maelstrom Pro. Also, my email is at jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So also, if you like what you see here and you want to see more of my videos, you can always like, comment, and share this video. You can also ask you that you guys like Indian movies and Indian culture and languages and whatnot, and food too. That's the most important part of this thing. Plus, also, I like the way when little Saru was still hungry and he was still an orphan, I like the way he goes to one of the altars there, to one of the gods, takes one of the offering food items there, prays, that it'll be okay and that I really need this food and stuff. So he takes it up to praying for it, and then it's like, I'm truly alone. That was It was pretty cool. Little scene. So, as for you guys, peace out, my brothers and sisters. And let me know what your favorite Death Patrol movie is. So yeah, sayonara, aloha to all you girls and guys in Interland. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.